The Backdated, Episode 3, The Boy Who Was Buried Under Someone Else's Name. Based on verified record, Ozaukee County Sheriff's Office, CBS News, CBS Chicago, NBC News, USA Today, Nov 2024. In 1959, a woman picking wildflowers in Wisconsin found a child's skull in a drainage ditch. It took 65 years to learn the boy had two names, and neither one was on file as missing. This is the case of a child buried under an identity that wasn't even his own, and the DNA breakthrough that finally gave him his real name back. On October 4th, 1959, a skull was found in a culvert in Mequon, Wisconsin. The next morning, police found more remains nearby, partially burned inside a cardboard box. Investigators estimated the child was somewhere between 6 and 8 years old. They pursued over 200 leads. None of them went anywhere. With no missing child reported in the area matching that description, the case had almost nothing to work from. Nearly 300 miles north in Houghton County, Michigan, a completely separate investigation was underway. Family members of a couple named William and Hilda Jutila had grown suspicious. The couple had an adopted son, Marku, and nobody could say where he was. The Jutilas had recently relocated from Michigan to Chicago. When police finally caught up to them and asked about their son, their story didn't hold up. They admitted it. On their way to Chicago, they said, they had dumped their adopted son's body in a ditch outside Mequon, Wisconsin. In March 1966, the couple was arrested and extradited back to Wisconsin to face charges. It seemed, finally, like the two cases, the unidentified skeleton and the missing boy were about to connect. But investigators couldn't prove it. There was no confirmed forensic link between the remains found in 1959 and the missing child from Michigan. 8 months after their arrest, prosecutors dropped the charges entirely. No body, legally speaking, meant no crime. William and Hilda Jutila walked free. They both died in 1988, having never been convicted of anything. The remains stayed in Wisconsin, unidentified, filed as a Jane or John Doe for over 6 decades. In 2023, investigators partnered with Ozaukee, a DNA lab specializing in forensic genetic genealogy, the same kind of technology that's cracked cases throughout this series. They extracted a usable profile from the old remains and began building a family tree. The DNA didn't point to a Jutila relative at all. It pointed to a completely different family, the Breineys. The boy in that culvert wasn't named Marku Jutila. His birth name was Chester Alfred Breiney. Chester had been placed in an orphanage, the Goodwill Farm, and adopted by the Jutilas in March 1955. They renamed him, which meant for 65 years, investigators had been looking for the wrong name. Further analysis of the skeleton told the rest of the story. Investigators found evidence of significant neglect, malnutrition, and a rib fracture that had healed before death, meaning Chester had been injured and never taken for treatment long before whatever killed him. By the time his identity was confirmed, Chester's birth mother had already died in 2001. He had no living relatives left to deliver the news to. In November 2024, the Ozaukee County Sheriff's Office announced the case resolved. Not with an arrest. Both of the people responsible had been gone for 36 years by then. Their statement was simple. No child should leave this earth like Chester did. This case doesn't end with handcuffs. It ends with a name. For 65 years, a little boy existed in police files as an unidentified skull in a ditch. Now he has his own name back and a confirmed record of exactly what was done to him. Sometimes solving a cold case isn't about catching someone. It's about making sure a person doesn't stay erased forever. Next episode, we're opening another file. If you want more real cases like this, subscribe. I've got more files to open.